Peace, peace, peace. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those of you who don't know, it's your boy Vic Slain Hope. And I got another video for y'all. In this video, I'm going to be doing another law of the 48 laws of power. This one is law number 17. And it is keep others in suspended terror, cultivate an air of unpredictability. Now I'm going to read the judgment. It says humans are creatures of habit and insatiable need to see familiarity in other people's actions. It says your predictability gives them a sense of control. Turn the tables. Be deliberately unpredictable. Behavior that seems to have no consistency or purpose will keep them off balance, and they will wear themselves out trying to explain your moves. Taken to an extreme, this strategy can intimidate and terrorize. Now, this is, and as I read these laws, like, all of these laws kind of like, some of them are saying some similarity, some similar things, but they all, like, when you put them all together, they work to make you very powerful, right? And this one in particular, right, it says humans are creatures of habit, right? Meaning that, like, we love to, even though we have free will and we have the ability and the intellect to change things around, we always doing the same shit because we get comfortable doing it, right? And these are the things that separate us from animals, right? For example, an animal, a lion that is going to hunt, he knows where to find an antelope. He knows where to catch a gazelle. He knows where to catch a zebra. He knows where to catch his prey, right? Because they are creatures of habit. They don't have no free will to, like, be like, well, you know, today I'm not gonna go to the pond and drink water at 7 a.m. You know, like, I'm just using that figuratively. So, but us as humans, we tend to just be moving in the same direction, doing the same habits day to day, and it's things that could potentially harm us. For example, when you're trying to achieve power, right, and in whatever field that you're in, if you're in the streets, whether you're in corporate, wherever you're at, right, when you're trying to achieve power and you're trying to climb to the top, you are going to create enemies. You are going to have people that don't like you. You're going to have people who are preying on your downfall. You're going to have people who are plotting on you, right? And they're going to be trying to figure you out, because humans, they're always trying to get familiar with people. They always trying to figure people out, which is why they will ask you things like this, which is why when you go out, right, and you talk to people or just talking to people randomly, they always ask you, when is your birthday? This is like the new thing, right? Your horoscope. Like, well, what is your horoscope? And then because people are studying all of these birth charts and all of these things, because they're trying to figure people out. So the reason that they asking you these things, and if they don't ask you that, and they're probing in different ways, because they're trying to figure out who you are. And once a person figures you out, they feel like they are in control. They feel like they kind of like know you. If they wanted to harm you a certain way, they know how to harm you. Right? There's a saying, Sue Surf said this in the song, I heard he like pussy, have the home girls line him. Meaning, like, if your enemies know you're a thirsty dude for sex, and like you're always out there trying to get it, then it's easy to send a woman at you to set you up and line you up to do something to you, whether it's to rob you or to kill you. And a lot of people in the streets do this, right? They send a woman, especially if they already know that you are that type of individual that don't have no control when it comes to that. That's why I tell you it's important, man. Get your desires under control, and your discipline. Another thing that it mentions, it says, so you have to become unpredictable. And I've read this in one of the other laws, right? You have to become unpredictable. You have to keep people off balance. You have to keep people guessing, right? This is also something that really works for women, right? And I think I said this in another video. Women love that type of unpredictability, right? They love unpredictability. They could go under being spontaneous, right? They don't like the same shit being done every day. They don't like the habit, right? Once they figured out, it's almost like with having sex. Women will tell you this, right? They don't like the habit. They don't like the routine. They already know it's not exciting to them, right? They already know what's coming. They already know what's next. Like, it's not, it's not shaking, rattling in their brain, right? I was gonna say confusion, but yeah, confusion. So it's predictable. So one of the things that I do, right? Before I get into that, I used to have problems. I used to have beef with a dude who was unpredictable, right? He was unpredictable. Like, I don't know if he's gonna come from this way, if he's gonna come from that way. I don't really know where he lives. I don't really know where he hangs out. He's an unpredictable individual. And even when we did see each other, or when we was around each other, like, you never knew what to kind of expect from this individual, right? Because they was unpredictable. And beefing with a person who is unpredictable is one of the worst things that you can do, right? Because it's hard to keep tabs. It's hard to figure out what they're thinking. It's kind of like hard to do these things. One of the things I also do is, one of the things that I implemented is like, when I travel, or when I go home, or when I do certain things, I take different routes. You know what I'm saying? I take different routes. I might go this way one day. I might go that way one day. I might come this way. I might come that way. Because if somebody is watching you, again, if somebody's thinking about harming you, if somebody is plotting on you, if somebody is trying to do something to you, then they watch you. People always wait for the right moment to take their shot, right? They always wait for the right moment to get you, because they don't want to, you can't miss out on. With some individuals, you cannot afford to miss out on a situation, right? You got to make sure it counts. So some people, they calculate it. They watch you for a period of time, right? They see you go every morning. You go to that corner store to get tea or coffee, right? Then you walk to the bus stop. You wait for the bus. People watch your routine. Every morning you go to that train station to get on the train, or every morning you go to that bar or whatever, right? People watch your routine, especially if they have malicious plans for you. They study you. So, because most people are always trying to figure out, like, for example, people are always trying to figure me out. So people are always, and when they can't figure me out, it frustrates them, and you start to see their frustrations. Like, and the funny thing is that the fact that, especially when you're dealing with women, the fact that they can't figure you out, it's also what keeps them intrigued. It's also what keeps them kind of like interested, because it's almost like you're a mystery that they can't solve. And we know women love solving mysteries. They love checking up on you. They love going through your page. They love catching you doing something. They love trying to catch you in lies. They invest so much time in trying to solve mysteries, right? They even like those shows about mystery. So, see, give me more jewels on how to deal with chicks. So, when they can't figure you out, it's almost like hard for them to leave, because it's like they didn't solve the puzzle. So you keep them there. You keep them kind of like wondering, right? So the same thing is with people. For example, a person is more prone to rob somebody that has a history of getting robbed, right? Or they are more prone to go try to sleep with a chick who has a history of sleeping around, right? It's predictable behavior. They know, like, well, you got robbed 5 times and you didn't do nothing. So it looks like an easy lick. And a lot of times these dudes end up killing people sometimes, right? Because it's like, again, they become unpredictable in that moment. So sometimes you could also, and I'm going to get into that, sometimes you can use predictability because people might know you're a certain way. For example, so whatever. So, for example, like me, right? Sometimes I talk about certain things. Sometimes I try to avoid problems all the time. But it doesn't mean that I can't bring the storm, right? It doesn't mean that. But when people see, oh, he's always trying to avoid problems. People, come on, we know the hood. People in the hood would say, like, oh, he pussy. He not going to do nothing. He always trying to avoid problems. He always trying to do certain things. The people who don't really know me is they go based on that predictability to try to do something, right? Or they try to, whatever the hell they thinking. And a lot of times that works against them because they don't, only I know who I am. And especially if you're doing that on purpose, to try to kind of like lead them. For example, I'll give you another example. One time, back in the days when I was running around with weapons and stuff. One time I remember dudes used to come by my school and rob people all the time. Like this was like a predictable behavior, right? They used to come by my school and rob people. So you knew after school somebody was gonna get robbed, right? So one day I had the new Psychic LX, the purple one. So I'm coming out of school and I seen these dudes, right? You could just tell when dudes got that look, right? So these dudes looked at me, they watching me, so I grabbed my phone and I put my phone in my pocket. And what I did was I had the gun in my book bag. So what I do is I put my hand in the book bag and I act like I was looking for something in my book bag. I was like, act like I was looking for something. I'm digging in my book bag and I'm like, but I'm watching them, right? The whole time what I'm doing is I'm putting the clip in the gun and I'm like acting like I'm looking for something, but I really got this shit in my hand, right? So, again, I knew, I predicted like, yo, these dudes probably gonna try to rob me. Like I seen it too many times. I seen the look in their face. I seen them eyeballing me. I seen them fake trying to like, you know, they didn't follow me, which was very ironic. I don't know if they thought I had something in the book bag. I don't know, but it, I was like, man, I was young, man, so I was waiting. So anyway, I say that to say this, like when you know somebody is predictable, you can sometimes it could work to your advantage, right? And sometimes it could work as a disadvantage. So the point of this is, you as the person that's trying to acquire power, you should always be unpredictable. Never let somebody really pinpoint your routine. What do you do on a day-to-day basis? How do you move? How do you operate? Never let them know every single thing about your routines, right? And try to alter them as best as you can. Like I said, like when I go home or when I go certain places, I do different things just to shake people. Because I believe somebody always watching. My friend said I'm too paranoid. I was like, it is what it is, bro. But he told me your paranoia gonna keep you alive. And based on my paranoia, I set certain things up a certain way just in case. But I want to let you know this. If God intends something to happen to you, it's going to happen to you. But that, however, does not mean that I should not be working to the best of my ability to try to protect myself from people out here. So with that being said, that's the end of the video. Let me know what y'all think. Like, comment, subscribe, share. And let me know in the comment section what are your thoughts. Have a safe one. Peace.